Welcome to Custodians of Africa, where heritage meets leadership. Here we dive into Africa's rich tradition, ancestral wisdom, and the voices that shaped our nation from the village elders to modern leaders. Join us as we uncover untold stories, explore cultural heritage, and connect lessons from our past to inspire today and guide tomorrow. This is more than a channel. This is a movement to preserve identity, restore dignity, and celebrate Africa's greatness. Subscribe and walk with us as we tell Africa's story through culture and leadership. My name is Wycliffe Muganda. With us in the studio is Honorable Steve Odhiambo Juma, aka Ja-Luo. Welcome, brother, to the studio.
Thank you very much, Vicky.
Yes. Today, Steve Odhiambo Juma, we are left with less than 25 days to the general election of Uganda. And Museveni have been so ruthless to Robert Kyagulanyi, Bobi Wine. What do you think he's doing this?
A good question, and allow me to start by saying that's another good day today on a Tuesday as we approach Christmas, and as we also approach the election that you have mentioned, which Bobi Wine probably to a certain extent, if given democratic space, will definitely win. And let me say this, you know, Museveni took power through audacity, through miserable means, assisted by Tanzania to throw out the former president, the late Idi Amin. He has turned into that power up to now, without any democratic space, without elections, without constitutionalism. And that is why he wants to die into that power. The miseries is meeting onto this young man is unbearable. But thank God that Larry Madowo, who he want, that should not even step into Uganda, is already there. And we believe a lot of things will be unearthed to the extent of bringing the elections to a standstill where Bobi Wine definitely have to win. And we now urge our mother countries who are democratized to come into Uganda to push it with a sting that will bring Bobi Wine into this one. Wow. Because Museveni is making big mistakes.
Wow. Bobi Wine, real name Robert Kyagulanyi, is just a man that grew up from the village. The background is from a poor, family. And why do you think that Museveni will not let him try his luck? As this, we used to say today that the leadership is for the youth. And why is it that any time wherever he's on the road to campaign and to show his might that okay fine is fit to lead the Ugandans, and he's met with those kind of wrath, what could be the reason behind this?
General Museveni said that every police officer and every soldier is going to be having 120 bullets, thereby suggesting that they can kill the people of Uganda. In fact, Museveni was inciting the police and military against the people of Uganda. My message to you, the police officers, the soldiers, this man is old and is living, and you are there. And you know that according to the human rights law, you will be personally liable for any gross human rights violation. The people that Museveni is telling you to kill, those are your brothers, those are your sisters, those are your in-laws, those are your age mates, those are people of your generation, those are your fellow citizens. So I advise you not to listen to an old and wasted man who has no respect for human life whatsoever. It should not be the voice of a leader inciting the military and police against the people of Uganda, especially if they are non-violent. I must reassert it that we have not encouraged any citizen of Uganda to behave in an unconstitutional and in an illegal manner. No, everything we encourage the people of Uganda to do is way within the law. We have encouraged the people of Uganda to exercise their right within the law. And we have quoted Article Section 31 of the Presidential Elections Act, which gives the people of Uganda the right to observe the election in a non-violent and legal manner. We have also quoted the Constitution in case they try to subdue the voice of the people, in case they try to steal the election. The people of Uganda have every right to stand against that. And that is according to Article 29 of the Constitution, which provides that the people of Uganda have every right to protest, to demonstrate non-violently and unarmed. And that is what we call the people of Uganda to do.
Is it because Museveni wants him to go to the bush the same way he got power from the bush?
Time has come that no one will go back to the bushes. But remember, I don't want to say that he's just making his luck. This is, in my opinion, a godsend opportunity for a young man to become president of the Republic of Uganda. And it may happen, just take it from me. As it is now, we believe Museveni is also panicking. Because even the entire globe is watching very closely. Remember, after taking this position, this young boy can only be compared to our Ruto here. The president of the Republic also came from peasantry. Up to now is now the president. With the one sting, Bobi Wine is also doing it. This young man has been an MP, coming from a little background, unknown. Some people sometimes, Museveni think this is uncooked for a young man to be president. But you see, God is listening. And God's hand is bestowed upon Uganda.
Wow. There is a belief, or a theatric kind of belief, that Bobi Wine is only being supported by the Gen Z, but back in the rural areas is not known. Could you say something about this?
In any case, if the Gen Zs, then Museveni, that I've already told you, must be worried. Because Gen Zs make almost 70% of the populace within the framework of the electoral process. And that is why he is going to get it. And it's not that the Gen Zs, when you go to local folks, he commands a lot of respect and votes.
Wow.
Well, very well indeed.
Great. Now, Mr. Stephen, you've mentioned about Kenya, and you've talked about the current sitting president, His Excellency William Ruto, coming from a poor background, peasantry kind of.
Yes.
And today is the sitting president. So would you want to encourage Bobi Wine not to, throw in the towel, just carry on?
There is no throwing in the towel. I've already given an example of Edo State. It was just selling chicken, selling peanuts, and that kind of stuff.
Actually, by the roadside.
By the roadside.
Yes.
And now he commands not only votes, he commands a lot of things. In fact, even the brain that he has is incomparable to so many people who are his adversaries.
Wow.
Remember what he's doing now. When you go to the shower, when you bring in the shower, people are now going to hostels and getting these things. Wow. When you talk of affordable housing, people are getting, in fact, I've already applied for that. Wow. And almost getting it. Wow. You see, a lot of things has already done, is coming in infrastructure.
Great.
And we want to get into Singapore. I believe the detractors are also worried, and that's a campaign too.
Okay, fine, brother. Before you go to what William Ruto is doing, I want us to focus basically in Uganda, because we've seen a lot, and there is this one man that I have really treasured, Larry Madowo. Yes. And he comes from Kenya, isn't it?
Yes.
Since the time he stepped in, irrespective of him being one, not two, yes, at least the storm of day-to-day campaigns between His Excellency, the President YOWERI Museveni, and Bobi Wine kind of cooled down. What is your observation about this?
I would want
that tear gas at the Bobi Wine rally before he's even inside. We're hearing that sound like live shots. Those tear gas in every direction. Tear gas in every direction. it's really become a chaotic scene. And this happens at every Bobi Wine.
To say that Museveni is cooling down because he has seen the power with which this young man is bargaining on. His talks are kind of semantics, followed with rhetorics that have no value. And that is why I believe with Mado there, that is the entire CNN. It's not just Mado alone. It's the entire CNN that's making the complete coverage. And therefore, we are not worried in Kenya.
Wow. In the recent past, I see the Electoral Commission of Uganda giving warnings, stern warning to Robert Kyagulanyi on violations on campaign. Do you think this could be a trick made between the Electoral Commission and the sitting president, Museveni, or it's just a real thing?
Very well indeed. That is why I told you when we started the program that Museveni is now getting worried on these things to the extent that he has to bring in the IEBC on his side. And that means that's a means of trying to read this in advance. And Malari Madoing being there, America is also there. You know, CNN belongs to the entire globe, especially headed by America. That's the US. And the Trump is not taking things blindly. Yes, that much I know for sure.
Where are the African heads of states when when Robert Kyagulanyi is being frustrated during campaigns where he's being met by, police officers, the GSU, name them, those, military guys?
Two or three things that we have to talk about. Number one, Uganda is surrounded by despots, starting with Tanzania, go to Rwanda, and places like that. And remember, America had already started ban on those African states, the ones that are despots, that have stayed in power for so long. And that is why you see they cannot come out strongly. How would you tell somebody that you stole a chicken when you stole somebody else's good? Doesn't happen, and that's why they can't even go there, they can't even talk about it.
Good question. A good question, Mr. Steve. Now, Mr. Steve, do you think, are you seeing something good that despite him being in the seat for the last 40 years, is there something good that Museveni have done to Ugandans?
Not really. In fact, just if citizenry complains, that means there is nothing I've done. There's
Really?
a lot of complaint in Uganda.
Really?
Yes. Too much complaint. Every now. It's just because there's no democratic space. I wish we had another Raila. Sorry, let him rest in peace. If we had another Raila right now in Uganda, things could have changed. Even Museveni could have run away.
Wow.
It's just unfortunate that we do not have such kind of fellow. But remember, there's a replica in a young man called the Bobi Wine. That's a replica of Raila Odhiambo. He will bring Uganda out of that race.
Wow, now when you talk about Raila Amolo Odinga, I happened to observe Raila Amolo Odinga's campaigns, which were also not very interesting, because each and every day he used to meet live bullets, tear gas, water canisters, but he soldiered on till the end. So in other words, you're saying that Bobi Wine should put his foot into Raila Amolo Odinga's feet? Can he?
That is why I made a comparison between Bobi Wine and Raila Odinga. He is also meeting those kind of things that Raila was forgetting here. Atrocities by the state. Yes.
Wow.
So at one time, that we're going to cease in Uganda. And he has to soldier on.
Wow. Now, Mr. Steve, Samia Suluhu of Tanzania, during the D-Day when they were going through the elections, she decided to switch off internet. Currently, in the recent tour for a few days, I've seen a notice and a warning being given to the clearing agents that no equipment, communication equipment, should be allowed in Uganda. Do you think Museveni is preparing the media fraternity for the same thing that we saw in Tanzania?
Very well, because he knows he wants to rig elections. After rigging elections, he's going to shut down those things so that people cannot get information. But remember, he will only shut the one in Uganda. He will not shut the global issue, the global order. You cannot do it. CNN will still be there. This bill will be broadcast live, and we'll see them.
Wow, thank you very much, fellow viewers. Steve Odhiambo Juma is comparing Robert Kyagulanyi with the sitting president of Kenya, William Ruto, who came from a poor background, a man who was never known, but today is the president of the Republic of Kenya. And Steve here is saying that, yes, Bobi Wine, carry on, don't throw in the towel. You are just left with few days, then you will be the president of Uganda. May the will of God be done. Thank you. This was Custodians of Africa. My name is Wycliffe Muganda. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
Kindly subscribe, share, and leave us with your comments. What is your take? What is your feeling? God bless you.